So the lighting of beacons has become a big tradition to mark royal events for centuries. And last night, more than 3,500 beacons were lit for the first time right around the Commonwealth to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. The Queen began the ceremony by touching a globe representing the Commonwealth nations. And the Queen's Pageant Masters for the beacons, Bruno Peek, was standing next to her. His role, in addition to seeing all of the Platinum Jubilee celebrations and the beacon associated with them, was to coordinate that beacon lighting ceremony with Her Majesty. And I'm really, really pleased to say that Bruno joins me in the studio now. My goodness, what an evening for you, Bruno.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. And the credit for the whole thing really must go to all those 3,500 people who organised their beacons across the whole of the Commonwealth. Because it was totally unique. You know, when I said basically agreed with the palace to do it, I said we'll go for 1,500, and as you know, they started coming in over the last 18 months. I kept updating Buckingham Palace with the numbers, and when the Queen was told last night, just before I officially met her, you could just see the shine of light in her face, and she was so pleased and just kept saying, even more, even more. Yeah,
isn't that amazing? And I watched it. I was at the Enniskillen beacon lighting last night, and of course that's the most westerly one in the United Kingdom. But I watched, when I came home, the Windsor one, and it was so special, Bruno, to see the way in which she took. And you're going to tell us a little bit about the detail behind all of that now. I thought it was really, really special.
Yeah, and I've got to say, and I said this to you a little bit earlier, that I've always said to people, if I wasn't going to be in London, I would want to be in Enniskillen. Because I know Selwyn Johnson, who's been involved in the other previous Jubilees when I've done them in relation to the Queen's celebrations. He's always pulled the stops out, and he really did pull the stops out on this one, because he had over 100 pipers playing that wonderful tune, Du Regnier, that we had specially written for the occasion. We had 1,500 pipers playing this all around the country, all around the world. We even had pipers in America, Germany, France, all wanting to get involved. So, yeah, it was a really fabulous night.
So tell us a little bit about that. We saw that at the beginning there, this little globe that the Queen pressed then to set off all of the beacons around the world.
Again, I wanted to do something completely unique. And so I came up with the idea of producing a globe. And on the globe, it would only have the countries of the Commonwealth on it to represent Her Majesty being the head of the Commonwealth for 70 years. And on the top of the globe was the UK, and that was made of platinum to represent the Platinum Jubilee. The crown was made of silver to represent the Silver Jubilee. And in the crown, you had diamonds to represent the Diamond Jubilee.
Lovely.
And then the cushion represented the cushion that carries the state crown. And also around the base of the crown, we had 4 young ladies climb to the top of the 4 highest peaks to collect stones so that they could be put into the crown to represent the 4 nations of the UK coming together to celebrate this extraordinary lady.
I just think it's amazing to hear the detail that goes into something like that. When you see the globe being brought across, you just think, oh, well, it's a globe. But so much thought went into it.
It was really nice when it first, you know, when I saw it firstly made, it just looked wonderful. And we took it to the Tower of London on the 14th of April, and it went into the White Tower for safekeeping until it was used yesterday. And the idea was that so many, you know, members of the public could actually see it. So I think they had about 6,000 or 7,000 people, at least, went into the White Tower and viewed it, because it was put in a lovely case and with all the, you know, the lights, the diamonds would twinkle, and no, it was a beautiful piece of work. British craftsman as well.
Oh, of course, of course. And I mean, you said to me earlier on when we were speaking about this, Bruno, that you very much wanted the 4 nations of the UK to be represented in that globe, as well as the Commonwealth, of course, which is very important. And you achieved that, and I think that was just beautiful. So tell me, you were beside Her Majesty last night, and we're all dying to know, how is she? Is she in good form? She certainly looked in good form yesterday.
Yeah, well, I mean, the nice thing was, as I said, when Sir Edward Young said, look, this is Bruno. She said, I said to her, so nice to see you again, Your Majesty. Can I escort you to the Globe? And then Sir Edward said, look, we're over 3,500 now. Mm-hmm. And she looked at me with that lovely glint in her eye and said, what, even more? Even more? Because she must have been told about the build-up.
She's always so well-briefed, as you know, Bruno, always so well-briefed.
So, yeah, and as we walked, we just talked. And, when it came to Gregory Porter singing that lovely song, because what we did, we had an organisation called Commonwealth Resounds. They organised a Commonwealth competition for a special song to be sung as the beacons were lit. Mm-hmm. They sung it in Enniskillen as well, didn't they?
We had the choir singing it. It was beautiful.
And then we had Gregory Porter approach us to say, look, I'd love to sing that song. So again, it was something really special that, could be done for Her Majesty the Queen that night.